found out that in my process of trying to figure out how to do a stream directly to YouTube, which I don't know why I was thinking about it, I had somehow overwritten my stream key, which is my Twitch stream key. And so then I had to figure out where to find that all over again. So let me see if I can get our faces worked out ahead of time. We're looking okay. All right. And you have your steaming lipstick on.
Yeah.
I don't have mine on.
All right. Shirt's your color.
I was unprepared. All right. I'm guessing we go back evil.
Mm-hmm.
I just tried to rub your freckle off of my screen.
Oh, I'm.
I thought I had some schmutz. I did not.
Freckle is a nice word. It's a mole. It's a mole.
I still call it the freckle boob. It's my favorite. All right. I recall I redid things when we were here last. Oh goodness. Okay. Resist damage. Okay. Don't know where I'm going with any of this, but that's all right. All right. I don't know where you are. You are not there. You are not there. I'm assuming you left Pocket D because I did not see you in Pocket D.
Yeah, I'm in the mission.
Okay.
Can we invite you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I can't invite you if you're in a mission, so that'd be ideal. You are in Sharkhead, all right.
Yeah, it's that horrible mission that we hate.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of glad we put it off, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We can die epically today.
I remember it being gigantically huge. Like, we got in there, and there was, like, multiple stages to it. I'm like, nah. That's just not going to happen. I just barely got back. Barely.
What, has it dried off your body yet?
Oh, I did, you know, the high school shower where you wet a washcloth and you hit certain spots. And that's about it, yeah. Okay, I have... Oh, that's right, I don't actually have Super Jump anymore. Yeah, that I threw it. Well, I guess I threw the hat back on, but... All right, microphone. Oh, I need to... There we go. That's better. Oh, yeah. That's right. This mission. Okay. I'm going to, gonna do stuff, I guess. Hold on. I'm gonna see your future. Yep, we're definitely gonna die, according to your future. Thinking I am too. Okay, these guys are blue guys. Alright, so we have to go and take out the... Oh, where you guys,
The 3 teams.
Why don't you guys help? These guys should help. They're not helping. Alright. Alright, what is this? Oh, I don't need that. Oh, why don't I have this going? That's right. Okay, so that is...
I'm trying to bring them where my bonfire is running because I've got a long recharge on it. Trying to play smarter, not harder, by doing a pull of the next group since they were right around the corner.
Well, they'll tend to shoot us if we're not behind something else. I'll try to taunt them over to us.
Oh, how the hell did I die?
Gonna guess you got shot a lot. Oh, you stood up. Oh, that was a very interesting tactic.
Well,
Well, you know, the smarter not harder thing worked for a little while. You know, there's a nice little jiggle when you eat your belly like that.
it's getting stretchy, itchy.
Okay, who just shot you?
I don't know.
Up top. I'm guessing these are the guys that shot you the first time too. Or the second time, one of the two. Alright, so 2 groups to clear from the radio tower.
You've got a group.
Mm-hmm. Is it the equalizers that have the mortars?
I think so.
Yeah, okay.
So that worked well.
Okay, break into the zig. Can
It's
we
the
just...
one where it has a very narrow window to get to.
I'm just gonna try to fly in there.
That's what I've been doing each time, and then you keep getting left behind.
Well, I think you tend to take off and fly when I'm in the middle of combat. which is,
Are you not coming?
which is a tactic, obviously.
Yeah. Now we gotta fight the freaking heroes over here,
Yeah, and they kicked our asses before.
right? Nothing like getting your ass kicked by freaking twin shot of all GD people.
I think last time it was Dillo that got me.
I don't know which one is worse.
You know, when you only have 3 attacks and you miss on 2 of them, you do a lot of standing around. Just,
There's one down.
twin shot should be down in a second. Alright. I need to take down something here. We'll take maneuvers out. All right. Okay, so if we get to the equalizers right... Oh, oop, no, never mind. Apparently you can't interrupt that. So I will give you a potential game-breaking strategy. When you see one standing off in the distance, if you char him, he stops attacking. But not anymore. I mean, we're next to him. But if there's one thing sitting out there beating us, char is effectively making him unable to attack, assuming that it hits. All right, I'm gonna find a corner somewhere. Oh, that's right. There's freaking assassin strikes in here. No. Okay, like either one of those 2 ghosts or whatever they are back there. If you char,
Let me get bonfire. Let me get bonfire going for the group around you, and then I'll come for them.
I thought it'd be dead by then. It's okay. Wait, did somebody just shoot you after they died, or was that somebody else?
Yeah, he shot me after they died.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, the equalizer is a lot easier to beat up than the mortars. And once you beat the equalizer, or the equalizer, the mortar disappears. And now we know. Dee-dee. Speaking of taste the rainbow, I should go get the Skittles. You all right?
Yep.
Oh, somebody punched a corpse.
Twice in a row, man. Your damage aura was just too much for them.
It's my taint. Well, we haven't established that I actually have one of those now, have we?
Pretty. I've seen it.
I mean, character-wise.
Oh.
So there's a thing back over here, but I'm assuming we have to... I don't know how to get up to it. It's pointing up on the map. Oh, I guess maybe, you know, looking with the instructions there would have been helpful.
How'd you get up?
A little ramp. Did you find it? No, you didn't. You did your flying attack. It's like going off the top rope. Okay, so now we have to go to other places on the map. Like,
We're actually going through this way faster than the last time we did this.
well, I'm playing a brute,
Yeah.
which means I actually can do damage, which does help. How come they all just turned on you? That's weird.
I'm slowed and on fire and trying to get out of it.
Oh, where'd these guys come from? Did you find some more? Alright, well, I gotta run over here. Alright. I'm gonna pull it back out of the room.
No.
Where
I
are
feel
you?
like I finally have a character where I have enough AoEs that it helps you when you do pulls.
It depends on when you use them. If you use them before the pull's done, it does not help me in the pulls. But yeah, I think most of the the leveling game, where you're doing like the one from the 1 to 50, being able to do area effect damage is really kind of the fastest way to get through content. And you don't even have you didn't have your pets yet. They're coming up pretty quick. As I say, I might want to stand on a different side from me because there's been a lot of area effect hitting me. Yeah. Punch. All right. I can't read that, but there's an arrow over here.
Oh, where?
Right across the hallway. Oh, a little barricade going on here, huh? Oh, sneaky, sneaky. I'm gonna walk over to the ghost because I hate the sound that the ghosts make. Oh,
Ah, I did it too early.
Yeah, never mind. If you could char the ghost, that would be helpful, though.
Yeah, I'm going.
And now he stops being a factor in the fight.
And he's dead.
All right, isn't he like this guy here? Is this guy him? Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Shoot, I should add you to this. I'm having problems reading it.
Hold on. What, did we get something in the chat?
I asked about something earlier there. Oh, I remember this mission. Isn't this a skinny guy inside of here? That's what we're looking for?
I believe so.
And we have to get one of his arms back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, that was a big hit. So I was fighting not the elite boss, which I didn't see because she was invisible and attacking me.
Oh, I could see her, and I kept trying to attack her while she was attacking you.
She didn't seem to care. All right. Well, I'll get some more purples. At least it doesn't suck having to go all the way back there. All right. And don't care about that. Ooh, I have a really big res thing going on. Alright, so a couple of those. One of those. Heals, a bunch of Lux. Alright. Is it your water?
Hmm?
Is it your water or what?
No, I'm just itchy.
That's why I'm asking.
If my water makes me itchy?
Yeah.
Like when I shower, you mean?
Right.
I think it's a combo of that and stretching. I'm hitting that point where I'm stretching. I should start oiling it.
So stop
Okay.
squeaking.
Kind of helps.
That way the squeaking doesn't keep you awake at night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Grab an insight for that elite boss so you'll be able to see it.
Well, she's stealthed. It's not like she's blinded me. It's that she's stealthed. I couldn't see, and she was stealth all the way through all of her attacks. It wasn't until she killed me and went for you that she became visible again. But I wasn't blinded.
Why would she let me over? What is wrong with him?
I go here. Alright, I'll put that down.
I don't understand what it's doing to me.
your microphone is either not your microphone or it's not picking you up, one of the two.
Is this better?
Yeah, it is. Well, she's invisible now. I don't know where you are. I'm just going to hit a bunch of purples and go in. Okay, well, I have yet to hit her, which is a good start. Oh my dear Lord. I have like no endurance. I need to take her out. Because if I run, oh geez, if I run out of purples before, oh my god. Honey, could you attack this over here, please? Because
Yeah.
I'm going to run out of purples and heals, and then she's going to kill both of us. Oh, you don't want to stand behind me. Oh, that's daring. It's
It was worth a shot.
There's definitely a strategy of some sort.
Now I remember what was such a pain in the ass in this mission is that every time you die, it's so hard to get back. Like, it takes forever because you have to go through everything each time.
She's down. Meantime, I'm on this frickin' life and death struggle with this longbow warden.
With his side hole powers.
It's all. Oh my god. He had me down to just a sliver. And I need to go sit somewhere. Yeah. So remember when I said that I'd like to keep them like facing away from you? And then you usually run around behind me?
Yeah.
Any cone attack that they use at that point in time is going to hit you too. And then you got hit by a cone. But I'll give you credit. You know, you were unafraid to stand up in combat no matter how many times you die. All right.
You gotta have some kind of couple.
Can I talk to him? I guess. Oh, okay. Ask about what happened in Supermax. I can't talk to him. Who do I talk to about Supermax? And he can't help us until he gets his arm back, right?
He's gonna make us go get his arm.
Okay. Get him to the arms locker. Ah, the arms locker. That's hilarious. Oh, no, you don't. Equalizer. Alright, so they're all down. I don't know where the arms locker is. Definitely not over here. Oh, they led me in the wrong direction. Where did he go? Did I lose him somewhere? I had him. Oh, he's over here.
It says I cannot enter over here.
Yeah, I think I had to have him with us. I somehow managed to lose him in the hallway. Come on. Come on. Oh my god, he's stuck on the freaking ramp. Okay, there we go. Wait a minute. Oh, he's apparently talking.
Yeah.
And he also managed to disappear again.
Looks like he's got it.
Oh, okay, this is a locker here, I guess. All right. Now we go somewhere else. It looks like, oh, looks like this way. It's nice to have the more damage. He's not really very good at using it, though.
Ooh, you're not good at using it?
He isn't. So he's got area effects, and he keeps on putting them on like one of the edges. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going to die here, I think. Thanks for the nuke, buddy. It was really timely.
Did he corpse nuke everything?
Yeah, everything was down. Okay, we have to go downstairs.
Cortex says to help him free the doctor. And it's because like the clue says, where is Cortex? Cortex is right here. It says the doctor's here, help me free him. Oh, I see him inside. How do we get him out?
I know, but I'm not going to tell you.
Do you really?
No, I don't know. Can't talk to him. They're pointing to a different spot. What's over there? I don't know. I'll go downstairs and see if something down there is a help. Well, I don't have him with me anymore. He is awesome the way he tends to just simply stop doing something. Okay, Bile.
Oh shit! Now I have to fight this elite boss.
What? What elite boss? I'm gonna stay away from me. I'm currently confused. How are you doing?
That's pretty quick.
You got this? What triggered him?
Talking to Dr. V.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't talk to him. Well, how do we...
Now I think we have to bring Bile to the exit, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, but how do we get him out? Dr. V or whatever.
I don't think we have to. I told him, you know, he basically found out what Cortex did in partnering with Dr. Pierce and Doc Buzzsaw and got all pissed off, and then Cortex turned.
He's still with us.
I think the main issue is that he can't fly. And all the stuff we flew over, we now have to fight our way through.
Well, we just have to get him out of here. I mean, that's all it said, right? It doesn't seem like to get him to safety. Isn't he technically out of the Zig now? Nope, we have to lead him out. Okay. Well, I mean, on the upside, he is effectively an elite boss. So, to turn all my defenses on and stand. All right, boys. Okay, honey, I'm going to suggest that you don't have your stealth on currently.
I'm going to suggest your intuition might be correct.
Because you ran ahead of me and got aggro, which means they saw you. Oh, hey, look, what's his face has stopped again because... It's a little bitch. You guys got that. Right, these guys are good guys. Or I mean bad guys, but on our side, I should say. Okay, he's following you. All right, good. Which is kind of amazing because you can do that apparently with your stealth on. Or not. Oh, okay. He doesn't get more out, or do you have to talk to him?
I can't talk to either one of them. Try to take him more out, I guess.
There it goes. Wasn't that bad. Half dozen deaths.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, first John. All right.
You know, I should have gotten cake tonight, but I didn't get cake. Normally, I celebrate with cake. Oh, I have cookies. I could bake cookies.
Hey, your microphone's not doing a great job of picking you up tonight.
Huh?
Your microphone isn't doing a great job of picking you up tonight. I'm under the impression that it isn't your microphone that's being used again.
Oh, is it my headphones again?
I'm guessing so.
Bah. Oh, please.
Because your headphones get like almost no tone to them. It's a very tinny sound.
Yeah. Hello.
I don't know. No. Nope.
Still nothing. It says that that's what's assigned is my microphone, but it also does not look like that is what it's looking at. Maybe if I switch it to headphones instead of headset. And system sounds.
All right. Well, I'm going to find a spot to stand and check out the auction house. This looks pretty good. Oh, okay. Well, I sold a bunch of stuff for.
Is this any better?
I don't know.
I don't know how to switch it. Oh.
Oh, let's make it work. All right. No recipes.
No recipe.
And no salvage. Perfect. All right. Well, this is your mission. This is Jane Arc, whatever.
One more second. All right, is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured it out. You know what it is? It's Discord itself, the setting inside of Discord that keeps turning itself off.
Yeah, that's markedly better.
Markedly?
Markedly.
Not like timidly?
No, Mark isn't like Mark. Matthewly better. don't think my stats are very good. Hold on.
That finished Buzzsaw's arc.
They're not very good. No wonder I'm getting my ass kicked. Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm looking at inside information.
Are they stretching too?
A little. And they're just itchy. Mm. Okay.
Granville.
I don't know how to get there.
The ferry. Which I think you're right next to.
Oh, I just fell. There.
Oh, there it is.
So, Polly, out of all the Matthew actors, which one's your favorite? Because there's so many. There's Matt Damon.
He's
There's
not Matthew,
Matthew
though.
McConaughey.
He's Matt.
He's Matthew, isn't he?
I don't know. Hold that thought. I'll be right back.
So handsome. Nobody tell him that was John number 2. Oh, kicking. Why did I click into this mission already? Oh, this was a bad idea.
Okay. mean, I can only think of 3.
What 3 do you think of?
The ones you mentioned.
Which 3 is that?
Well, McConaughey, Damon, according to you, and Broderick.
What about Matt Lilliard?
Who?
Lilliard? The one who played Shaggy in Scooby-Doo.
Oh yeah, he's one of the best. Shakespearean, obviously.
Oh, 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 oh.
Oh, apparently I need to take a quick bio. I'll be right back again once I get there. Right back again.
I am not a good solo talker. I am not a great talker in the best of times, but the ability for me to fill time and space with words that are melodious and pleasant to listen to is very, very low. So I apologize that all of you are subjected to me sitting here by myself, because it's the least entertaining option that I could possibly provide you. So for that, I apologize. I'm mostly focused on attempting to survive at the moment, which is not going well at all. Oh no. No, no. Shh. Run, 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 run. Oh, my sprint is off. Jeez. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die. Not gonna die. I can do this and not die. I can do it. Yep, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna die. Yeah, I'm not gonna die. I keep telling myself that.
You just hold down shift to sprint, don't you?
Oh, shit. 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 Shoot.
It's okay, we're not a child station.
Hey, hey, who is this little pipsqueak motherfucker out there in the goddamn background?
We're definitely not one now.
Sorry, Kimmy. You know how you wind up with one little dude just sniping you from a distance?
That's why I said you can always just char that one. And then let him alone, because char is basically stunning him.
It said miss.
Then you do it again. Alright, so what are we doing?
Investigating the area.
We have to go up the hill. I know this mission.
As I was delighting in my sushi today, I was thinking about how the combination I chose is something you would probably find absolutely gross.
It's true for most things.
Yeah. But I got the spicy scallop roll, which is like, it's cooked scallops and avocado, and then they top it with like hot, like with warm, spicy mayonnaise.
Yeah,
And
sounds amazing.
it is actually really good. It's I enjoy
Yeah,
it.
this is my that sounds amazing face. we just keep going up the hill.
You know, of all the friends I have very few that are as excited about food as myself. Danny, I can get on board with certain things like fried pickles, chicken wings. She's there, but she's got certain staples that she loves and she'll eat every time, and she sticks to those staples. You know,
So she's sane, is what you're saying.
she's not adventurous.
Okay. I think you could probably expand that out and phrase it differently. Of all the
Not being,
people in the world, not just your friends, there are very
uh-huh.
few people who are as excited about food as you are
Like the world?
in the world.
No, that can't be. There's got to be like loads of people that are just as excited.
What are we looking for in here? Survivors. People on the ground. Oh, there's one like right over here. Except he's not doing anything. Can you talk to Mr. G here? Except the rest of these did not survive. Is it safe to assume that you have something?
I'm reading. He's giving me a proposal.
Okay.
So he was working with Proteon. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Remember, he had that whole clone thing he was doing where he would mirror other people,
Okay.
and
How about...
Proteon screwed him over.
Okay. Exhibition works for me. Twitch watchers are T-Rexes too. Standing in one place for 15 minutes is probably not going to interest a lot of
There's
people.
so much reading, though.
Sitting one place in silence, it's just not going to do it.
I can try reading it out loud, but then I just sound weird.
All right, so somewhere else in St. Marshall.
Yeah. I'm guessing we have to get out of the building that we're in.
I don't know. Well, we're not in St. Marshall. We're in Granville.
Oh, that's right. That reminded me of that moment, that time when I kept telling you I couldn't find the mission, and it turns out I was in the wrong zone the whole time, and I searched for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And you had to log into the game to figure out what's happening.
And then I went to the zone that the mission was in and said, "You're not in this zone."
Yes.
And I looked at you on the map and said, "It's because you're in this zone."
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Fun times.
Or the sphincter door. I understand.
The sphincter door, that was another good one.
Yeah.
I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. Everything's done. There's nothing left.
All right.
You would think I'm like terrible at puzzles based on how I play this game.
I'm sure you're great at puzzles. What puzzles are you the best at?
I don't know.
What?
I like the kind that like I play like Tomb Raider, where you have to like think and act at the same time and do those kinds of.
But you say you don't like to have to do that.
What do you mean?
You say you don't like to have to think and act at the same time.
I mean, those are the kind of puzzle games I enjoy.
Oh, but you're not talking like puzzles. It's a puzzle game.
Yeah. If I like Mahjong and Tetris. And
Oh, these missions.
I like the little, like, I used to do 1 minute mysteries with the kids to see if they could figure them out. And that was actually a lot of fun for a while. So we ran through the whole book, and then once William gets something, he gets a little pompous about it. So
Really? I wonder where you get that from.
cocky is a better word. I think that's a more apt description. Cocky. It's cocky sometimes.
Is your sushi starting to repeat on you or what?
It's heartburn. It's making me a little irpy from the irritation.
All right.
Oh, he's red. He's got little thingies coming off of his body.
Increase our size just a smidge.
Yep. I'm gonna die here. Yep. Oh, that was quick.
I can't afford to attack again. Uh-oh. Freaking armor just went down. Holy crap. Well, that was close.
You died.
No, I have just a sliver of health left. All right. That's another freaking boss right there. Oh, goodness. Behind you. Just in case.
Every fucking time. It pops up so randomly. I
Were you hoping were you hoping she wouldn't recognize you?
It's right next to something else in my power list.
Why don't you remove buttons?
I don't know. Oh, okay, I can't. I have to pee so bad. I can't laugh like this. I have to go. I'll be back.
I thought it was a grand fake. All right. Oh, nope, she's right there. Yeah. Well, there's a reason for the channel name, folks. All right. I really need to go through and do set bonuses. But it's challenging. It is challenging. Whoop. Not just money-wise, but I want Christina to be able to get to her pets, and we've been spent 31 for so freaking long. So long. All right. I really should limit my drops here too. Classic. All right, take a couple more of these and a bunch of these, and then like a couple of these. The problem with my my character is that her defenses are not very good, and also her resists are not very good. So other than her defenses and resists not being very good, and her stamina not being very good, everything is fine. And look, I'm stuck on a traffic light. I think we had a new person join. I missed it.
You missed what?
I think we had a new person join. Welcome, new person.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh.
I had to open up my... I heard the tone go off, but I don't have my stuff available. Go to... channel. It's like Cosmic Fire 90 joined us. Welcome, Cosmic Fire 90.
And it just picking up the power and the absorption might help with it. Damn.
Oh, wait, is that right? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you again.
Oh, sorry. I think I turned it away from me when I got up.
And as heal. Oh, okay, and as heal. Yeah, I did some things. We'll see how it goes.
Something.
All right. Well, let's go do this thing. Let's keep on throwing our corpses at these guys.
Won't do that, puppy. Okay. Oh, guess what your super smart dog did today?
You know, if it's something actually super smart, I'll take credit for it. Although, again, I did not have a lot of input regarding this dog. So
You were there when we got the dog.
I was present. Yes. But as part of the decision-making process, I was really not a part of that.
I sent you all the pictures and stuff of him. I was very excited about it. And your reply was, he looks like a nice dog. And like that was kind of it.
Well, you realize, of course, that you don't send one dog. You send 50 dogs. So at some point in time, you just stop thinking, well, okay, this is another one of the 50 dogs that are potentially out there. That range from being 10 pounds to 50 or 500 pounds, from 1 year old to like 45 years old. So when you send me a dog, it's not like, oh, well, this is going to be the dog that you're going to pick. No, it's another one in the chain of dogs that you have sent me.
They're all potential dogs that we could have.
Right.
Yeah.
So
but this specific time, I only took one dog, which is, that's restraint for me. Just want to throw that out there.
Okay.
No. So, you know how I told you he's been eating bugs?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he went to flush birds from a flower bush, which was full of bees. And then, of course, saw the bees. And rather than being like, oh, bees, I should, move, he says, bees. And he starts like, God damn it, I did it again.
Is there any way that you can right-click and remove from tray?
Yes. I'm sure.
I mean, eventually you will run the timer out on it eventually.
It's right next to something that I use. It's actually on a toggle, not a timer.
Well, I know, but as a timer on it, you can only use it for X number of hours.
I don't understand why it's still an available power for me. I thought it would go away after we did that mission ages ago.
It's a temporary power. Oh, I'm gonna lose. Oh, goodness. There they go. All right. Oh, my stomach is just not happy with me right now.
I'm sorry, darling.
It's not really causing problems. It's just very, very talkative, I guess. I can tell it's not entirely pleased, but not a big deal.
It's trying to be like your butt, because your butt talks.
You missed a step.
Did I?
Yeah.
Damn it. Which one did I miss?
You want to know how I know?
Oh, that's it. Yeah. I did skip that step.
Because your butt told me. Okay, which one of these guys are going to be red now? Apparently none of them.
All right, I moved
my God.
Visage in my tray.
Okay, could you kill these guys? Because I don't want to run back here again.
I'm killing them. Just give me a second. Give me a second. I'm working my magic. Got my mojo going. There you are.
We need to get you to use char more often. Char is like the most useful tool you have.
Fair. Heal them.
Because if you charred one of them, then one would be attacking you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, The dog, coming out of that after unsuccessfully catching a bird, decided he could attempt to successfully catch a bee. And did.
Did your dog step on a bee?
And I cried. He
It was such a hard day. My dog stepped on a bee.
I shouldn't laugh at that because I'm sure that may have been a very traumatic experience. But oh gosh. Oh.
It burns when I pee.
Oh. Okay, so anyways, he stepped on this bee. No, he didn't. He didn't step on the bee. He ate the bee. He ate the bee, and I would say maybe about 2 seconds in, realized it was a very bad idea, and then attempted to spit it back out. And of course, you know, he's all jowly, so it was not happening easily. So he's like shaking his head back and forth, and he's going blah, 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 like trying to spit it back out of his mouth. And I'm just watching him because, you know, I've said for a while this is a lesson he has to learn. If he's gonna keep thinking bees are fun, he's gonna have to learn this lesson. And so he's coming over to me trying to rub his face on my leg, and I'm like, there's no way in hell. So
Wow.
I put the leash around a telephone pole where he couldn't get me. I died too. That was some mega hits.
Bukor voodoo. Bokor voodoo?
Ouch.
Yeah. Sorry, we have issues with well, we had
the delay.
We had issues with one person. So they were completing multiple accounts, and
being snarky.
We decided to slow it down just a bit.
Sorry for the 10-minute wait, but thank you for still commenting.
Things are going well, as you can see.
Things are going as well as they usually do when we're doing these things.
Why am I so bad?
I mean, isn't...
All right.
Okay, so let's revisit the statements you just made. Why are you so bad? Let's start with number 1. Who are you playing with?
Well,
number 2.
No. So here's the thing, right? So there was a group of 5 things, right?
Yeah.
I ran in. I had 2 purples going at the time, and I got like 3 shat. I took the alpha. I did my heal, and that was it. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I was toast.
I think that's the worst when you're like, I'm gonna make it, and you hit through a string of heals or inspirations, and then it's just like, no.
I don't need that one.
No.
I don't need that one. Don't need insight. I do need a res, obviously. I could probably use one of those as well. Well, I just need to go ahead and fornicate myself into some more money from one of my other characters. We'll do Bokor. Thanks for joining.
Map.
And get myself some set bonuses because right now I'm not running any sets. I don't think I'm running any sets.
I don't even know what that means. And how many hours have we played this game?
You know, I keep on trying to explain it to you, but you deliberately stop paying attention whenever I talk about it. So I'm not going to get into it again. Man,
it's so hard because my brain is small and it only holds so many things.
Your brain is not small. What does that sound?
But it only holds so many things.
And there's so much food out there. Yeah, I got no sets going.
So
oh no, that's not true. Stamina and health, I got sets going.
Okay, go ahead. What is the set? How do I get enlightened on what a set is?
I would have to show you on a character that had some, but basically, so all right. Can you see the stream?
I feel like, yes. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure my stealth is on and I'm in a safe place.
All right.
I feel like you and Duder and Zach have both tried to explain this to me at different points in time.
All right. So you know you. Oh, I'll wait till you can see the stream.
I'm watching.
All right. Well, when the stream updates, I should say. There it goes. All right. So you see how, like, you can have up to 6 sockets in there in any power.
Yeah.
If you had a set thing, it would have, like, instead of having an accuracy, damage, stuff like that, it would have 1 of 6, 2 of 6, 3 of. They all be the same thing, but they do different things inside the power. And then the more of them that you had, the more effects that they would have.
That sounds expensive. Do you have to make them as IOs?
Yeah, they're all IOs. So these are parts of sets here.
Yeah.
I don't really have a single one, but I have one that, here's one that adds for my health instead of just adding a regen in my health. Oh, I'm waiting for it to pop over in the stream. Oh, dude, I have parts of ones there. So you can kind of see it's got, currently I have the bottom one, which is regeneration and health. But if I had all 6 of them in there, it would give you all of the bonuses from the 6. And then on top of that, if you had 2 of them, it would increase your regeneration by 12%. If you had 3, increases maximum health by 1.88%. So basically, it adds those.
So then I have to keep track of how. So I have to build the IOs, keep track of how many sets, and then do the math to calculate the benefits of the sets.
They're all going to be better than IOs. So here's one thing you can see too. Oh, you can't see it here, can you? So the IOs are based off of. Oh, there it is. Enhancement set category type. Healing. I don't know if you see that or not.
Yes.
So you're going to have sets that are based off of damage. They're off of melee damage, off area effect damage. You're going to have ones that are based off of defense, ones that are based off of regeneration, or I'm sorry, endurance. So all of those are going to be their own sets, and pretty much all of them are going to be better than the relevant IOs.
Okay. But I have to make enough money and have enough stuff and enough patience to make the IOs, and then to make so many IOs that it actually builds out a set.
Well, the IOs don't become a set. You either buy them complete, like I bought these complete. I just went into the auction house and I bought these.
If I have enough money, I can just buy them.
Right. They're usually, for just a regular one like this, you're looking at, 2 million.
These are so expensive.
Well,
I gotta find an in-game sugar daddy.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't say that on streaming.
Oh, sorry. Not like it sounded. I did not mean like I was talking about like infamy. Not like money. Not. Okay. Thank you for the explanation.
I can show you. I have some characters that are actually almost fully setted out. And the difference it makes, because each one of them adds like, as you do more and more like attack sets, all of them are adding on defense too. So the more you get, the better your defense also gets, the better your regeneration gets. And so as you do this, what you find out is that you end up reaching certain caps, like you reach the defense cap, so that it's very difficult for mobs to hit you, which is like 45%. And I'm not anywhere near there, which is why I keep on getting my butt kicked. Anyhow, I just think we need to take on smaller packs and maybe pull to make up for our deficiencies. It doesn't help that I'm fighting major stamina issues.
Oh, I just went in and tried to take out that group of 4 that beat us up before.
Did you crush them?
Yeah.
I saw. I got experience.
Okay.
can't tell if
Must
that's
be
mine or
over.
yours.
Are you talking about the wheeze of the computer because my ambient temperature in here is greater than 76 degrees? Or
No, no, the sound of like a. No, I don't hear it now. Never mind.
yeah, it's the sound of my work laptop going in the background because it won't turn off if I don't undock it. I'm just gonna pull it from the dock.
Oh, it wasn't even that. It was the sound of like cables getting pulled. Like I hear that now
Oh,
again, and it might be me. Oh, oh.
oh. Well, my in-game sound is off again. So, but we haven't been playing any Wubba missions.
Wow, we have more problems with sounds on your system than is often conceivable. So here is the balance of why I
Fixed
say
it. I got sound. Oh, that's startling. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, look at the map. Where are you on the map? You went this way, then this way. Okay, I found you.
all right. So the reason I say that you want to look at IOs to begin with is because you're spending a fortune keeping your enhancements up to date.
I just used merits.
Well, you're going to want those merits for later on, though. The merits you want to use for sets later on.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Holy crap. Oh my god. I will bring a different character in. I'll do it. Oh, you're getting your butt kicked. Oh. Can you like do your area effect hold or char or anything? That's that. You've got the one that does the. You don't know your powers. I just realized that. Never mind.
I love when you finally realize at a certain point that what you're asking is an exercise in futility. You're just like, oh, you know what?
I just
That's
realized you
not
don't know your powers. But you do have your Midnighter costume button handy.
in my tray.
Yeah, just in case.
From like like a 17 level mission. Yeah.
Here he comes.
Oh shit. Okay.
All right, my suggestion on anything that you're fighting, especially for soloing.
Run like a bitch.
No, use char. Always use char. Char this guy.
But run like a bitch works so well for me.
Char him. All right, now just do whatever you want because you haven't charred. He can't attack you back. And now if you want, you could attack him at will, or if your bonfire is up, you can do that. But just keep him charred. Against one target, especially if it's not a boss, you should be able to walk him.
Okay.
Bokor, the interesting combination of powers for her though is that fire doesn't have the ability to lock them in place, and her other set is energy.
I didn't die,
which has knockback. So there's this tendency to lay down something.
Oh, you
and then knock them out of it.
Dare you come back? Hush. Sorry, the cat is very angry in the background.
All right. So we should never have to fight a 2-on-1 ever. It should always be, or I'm sorry, 2-on-2. We should always have one of them locked down.
I thought you said that was off limits anyways.
Well, actually, you said that was off limits, and I said, thank God.
Okay. Oh. Shh.
I just rezzed, so. I was unable to move at that point. So Bokor, welcome to the stream. What you're seeing is kind of us condensed. Yeah, it can. It just has to not also negate her control. But it took me 10 levels to get her to actually change her bonfire from
Knockback.
knockback to knockdown.
To knockdown.
It was just a
And
process.
you had to make the IO for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're soloing. But if you're with like a brute, it's a good way to get you
Alexa,
to not have somebody be your fan.
turn the window AC to 65 degrees.
My house is fancy. Nah. Oh, okay. I am here.
What combination of damage are they hitting me with, though, that I'm just so bad at?
Yeah. You know, I think what I may have to do with Hermione, like outfit-wise, is switch her from having her Yule Ball outfit to putting her in the one she wears in, like, 7 and 8. And maybe that's like the Harry Potter where she, like, punches Draco in the nose. And so maybe that one will be the one that's a winner for me.
Or just keep on surprising them with the Midnighter costume.
It's okay. It's completely accidental, though. I hope you realize that. It's not like I'm deliberately being like
In the middle of combat. I know what I'll do. Midnighter costume.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great way to break up those tense moments, though, where we're all just about to die.
It really is.
Don't worry. Don't worry, Christina's dressed up like Midnighter again. We should be fine.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm not dying laughing because every time that stupid Midnighter costume comes out, first of all, I'm mildly pissed every time I do it because it's not intentional. But I say sell instead of buy. Now I gotta buy them back. I'm going back. I'm coming.
Masterminds are very interesting. I've got several that are 50s. I think I have every combination. But I think only 3 of them are 50s. Two. 2 are 50s. One of them is mercenaries, of all things. Which is not the greatest set. But I ended up creating it with traps because I thought, it'd be something that I can go and hang out and maybe grief some AVs with. I really haven't played it since I got to 50.
Duder, did you want to join us? Because we're kind of dying a lot.
Oh.
Sorry, I just saw his bull. Bull. Well, like his character bull. Sorry.
Oh my god. Why do I suck so much? Holy crap. Alright. Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god. I am so tired of dying.
Okay. Wait, I'm gonna invite him to our team just because we're kind of like we're dying. I don't if he wants to play, he can reject. I don't know how to invite some. Are you the team leader? No, I'm the team leader. So trade, chat, info. Why can't I add him to our team? Oh, he's good. Oh, he's good. You're too good for us.
Could you please get to 32?
Me?
Yeah.
So I get the imps?
Yeah.
But I have to stop dying because I'm in a lot of experience debt right now. So in order
about to bubble in half. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Oh no, I lost connection to the server. I think I'm getting booted.
Oh, well, you're still on my screen.
Yeah, but it came up for me with the lost connection to map server, and it's like
Oh,
just going.
I would hang on because they were having some map server issues earlier.
Oh, okay, so just wait.
Mm. Do you guys all get map server too? It's not reconnecting for me on the zone in.
Yeah, I'm still in lost connection. Are you gonna like uh go out and back in again?
No, let me check on the server status.
Gives me time to look at costumes though. I do like the bull, and it's got the suit going. I like the nice shoes.
All right. Well, it shows that everything's currently running.
I'm still saying lost connection.
Excelsior shows 280 online. And the status is okay. Oh, wait, no, maps in. Oh, we've got more than that. I'm sorry. 632 online. Well, it's a big crowd tonight.
Yeah, it just booted me.
Or 829. There it is.
My account is already logged in. I'm happy first. Okay. Uh, hold on, please. See, this is why we started playing on, was it French? The French server?
Mine picked up.
Mine booted me out
I
completely
didn't,
to
I,
home
didn't, I,
screen.
didn't, I did not get booted. I'm gonna get something else. I need to work on her sets because it's just unplayable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind, just taking damage if I can take damage, but if I can't attack because I have stamina issues and I can't stand there and I can't take damage because I can't take damage, it's just not leaving me a lot of options.
Not as fun for you.
Well, I mean, I can't help. So I'll need to throw some money at her. What do I have?
Money.
Although it's currently not also letting me get the character select. Oh. Sort of doing it. Well, while it's doing this, I'm going to grab some water.
I got booted. It wouldn't let me select a server. I'm gonna have to. Okay. Control Alt Delete. Task Manager. City of Heroes. New task. Back in St. Marshall.
Do you mean tonight, Bokor, or in general? I played since it went live years and years ago. And then I didn't pick up on the fact that it was still around until 2020, like late in 2020. Mm-hmm. As for tonight, and Christina's been playing for what, I don't know.
And since you downloaded the game on my computer and set me up.
Well, you played, okay.
I was very much into Valheim because it's pretty and I can run around and gather stuff. City of Heroes has much more of an audience. But I started
very easy to just pick up and do something right away.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like when you realized it was up and running, you were just like, hey, this is something we can do together. Mm-hmm. And brought me into it. And I'm probably 20% more proficient today than I was 2 years ago when I started. Paul has said before that I have made people rage quit because I tend to.
I didn't say that. Somebody else said that.
You did say that.
Oh, yeah.
She said she was gonna rage quit if I didn't change my play style, and I did. And then you said that I was the reason she didn't play anymore. I felt bad.
Oh, that was wrong of me to say.
But, it's all good. Okay.
All right, I need to change. What, Duder, what is your AT?
He's aligned. He's still aligned for the, good side.
Okay. I'm in, I have a tanker. Oh, it's you.
What?
Something must be impacting your microphone. So every once in a while you hear this ding 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 sound.
Oh, because it's loose. So if I shake the table, you're hearing it like.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So you were asking what his character class was.
He says he's a scrapper.
Oh, okay. So he's a rogue now. So I'm gonna go global friends. I'm gonna invite a team. Invite a team. Select a task. Woo! Okay. So now let's all go attempt not to die. I like my scrapper, my purple Viking. I kind of miss it.
That it wasn't a scrapper.
Yes, it was.
Your purple Viking was a stalker, wasn't it?
Are they not the same thing?
No, they're spelled differently too.
You know, there's so many layers to this game. I can't capture all the nuances. So I play because I enjoy spending time with Paul, and I enjoy playing. I obviously have no retention factor whatsoever, and I'm terrible at navigation.
She does not have a great sense of direction. Yeah,
and that's a real life as well as a virtual trait.
I think she finds her way around better in the game though than in real life.
I can kind of figure things out okay in real life if I've been in the area for a long time and I've like seen it from a few different angles and I have enough landmarks to get me through. I know that's a lot of caveats.
I stand corrected. You've made your point. All right. Well, I probably can afford to actually have a sprint on now.
Oh, my stealth was off. Oh my gosh, there's so many.
have taunt? I don't have taunt yet.
Everything's happening so fast. It's so disorienting.
Alright, what are we doing here? 2 to recover. So we gotta find a thing.
No, we gotta recover a person, and we gotta beat up 2 guards, 2 pursuers.
Alright, so we have to pretty much explore every level then.
Yeah. But at least it's not a kill-all.
Yeah, I wasn't complaining. I was just getting the parameters. Oh, man. Okay, well, there's nothing left on this first floor.
Oh my gosh, the Wall Street Bull money flies out of him when he starts running. That's awesome. Oh, I love how everyone can build their characters in like all these cool ways. Oh, while I was looking at him, he defeated an entire group.
I'm glad it's not just
amazing.
me.
What?
Your watch.
Oh, I get like entranced by things. This is why I don't watch a lot of TV, because it sucks me in. Oh! Ooh. Oh. Hijo de puta, se murió otra vez.
Bokor, we're I think low 30s. I think Christina's running the show and she's 31.
31.
So we're all sidekick to her level, whatever it is. And I agree. There's been nothing. I can actually. I ended up basing characters off of outfits. Like I'll wake up thinking, oh, I think I have an outfit I want to try, and then I'll have to come up with the power set to match the outfit.
And sometimes you can just get a cool name and like build a character off of that cool name.
Yeah,
which is also fun.
Yeah. I'm a really big fan of my pirate one, rated R. Rated R.
I still die every time I see Rakakuni.
Every raccoon everywhere all the time.
Yep. Yeah, I think my alts list is like 7.
I might need more servers, basically. Oh! 32.
I'm not leaving
somebody
in the
gets
middle of
fire
this
amps.
level to go get the imps. We'll do it after.
I need imps.
You know, I always thought I have never had a desire to do the mastermind class at all. Mainly because I feel like I don't have the mental energy to like keep track of that many moving parts at once. And I don't want to have to worry, like, are they set to one or are they set to the other? Where are they going? Are they attacking somebody they're not supposed to? Where are they supposed to be? It's like having children virtually.
I can see your point. But unlike children, you can kind of script them to do certain things. They will always be defensive or always aggressive. Children are much more random.
Yeah. I did like Olivia's comment today. It made me chuckle. 3 hours. 3 hours with her brother by herself. Please don't let the baby be a boy. I'm so tired of boys. I don't want any more brothers.
Oh, she
It
can.
made me laugh.
She can. Oh, hey. I think you have to access the computer over here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah, I agree. You know, it's one of those ones that I can't believe it didn't take off more than it did. It was right at the time that World of Warcraft was just starting out. And that really seemed like it took a lot of bandwidth. But, I mean, I took a while where I probably didn't play it for 5 years. And I kept on paying the monthly fee just because I'm like, you know, they earned it. I knew I wasn't going to play again. And then they announced that they were closing down the servers, so I came back in for within a couple weeks. I have managed to recreate most of my originals.
It boggles my mind that you like have the mental bandwidth to actually remember that. Hijo de puta, ¿por qué tiene? Tienes sueño.
He's stuck in the zone line.
Is that a word you've learned yet? Do you know like tienes sueño in your Spanish practice?
No.
It means I'm tired.
Speak with the general? I think you have to talk to this dude.
I don't know what he said because he told me not to read on this on the stream because it was boring.
Well,
so I just,
you know,
I skimmed and clicked.
It's not a binary thing. If it's going to be 30 seconds, that's fine. It's going to be 5 minutes of me standing there looking at you reading.
Because you have to keep clicking because it keeps going to new windows.
All right. We're in St. Marshall, right? I think the trainer is next to the, oh, I see the Arbiter. Arbiter is like over here. Next to the,
I think it is a glowing mace. Yes, if you have a glowing mace.
What?
I think you do. Your mace is a glowing mace, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is. It's Titan weapons. It's just a skin. Honey, do you want to train and get your pets or not? Did you already?
Oh, I already went to. Yeah, I did, and I already got in the mission. Hold on. Se me olvidó. Now I got to figure out where on the map the Arbiter is.
I'm standing next to him.
You're enabling. I appreciate the efficiency of it.
I wanted to minimize the downtime. So yeah, this is Titan weapons. I think you can do. I think they're all the same.
Wait, am I going the wrong direction?
Yes, you are.
No, but I'm going towards you.
No, you're not. You're going towards Duder.
Oh, you know, it's so confusing now. There's multiple green dots for me to follow.
You know how your target window has the name of the person in it that you got clicked on? That's usually a good way to tell.
Thanks. Maybe I can put the fire imps in the location where I currently have Midnight Visage.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to keep on summoning your imps over and over again if they're not dead. Because they take a load of your stamina, and they will resummon them in. It'll kill the ones you have and resummon the new ones.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go to the mission. The only problem I have with demons is it's the same as I have with like the pets for dark control. The wolf always howls, and the two medium demons always are this howling thing. They pause for a second and they're over and over again. It's just constant. And it's just a little too much for me.
But it's not really a howl. It's kind of a wah,
Yeah,
kind of sound.
It's.
I'm not going to do that again. I'm sorry.
I missed the visual. Did you do the popsicle thing or what? We're gonna break 1 billion viewers this level. This,
It was, you know how they throw their head back and they open their mouths to make this sound?
yeah.
So
So you want to summon your imps?
now?
Yeah, they stay.
Okay. I'm doing it.
You know.
I clicked on it.
I'm gonna go help Duder. He's fighting. You have to pick up a spot on the ground to put them.
Do I get to name them?
Yeah, you just right click on each one of them and hit rename.
What's a good name for a fire imp? What do they do?
Well, you're about to see.
I don't have in-game sound. Do they make annoying sounds?
They do not.
Okay,
They don't make any sounds at all.
You know, I don't like that. I'm like listening noisy.
Even when the game sounds are off, you don't like it. I know that. But from a power set perspective, I mean, they're the best, really.
Where we defeat the last Vanguard group and steal the helicopter.
Appears the man. There's an arrow pointing down here, though.
Speak with Commander Anders.
He's down on the cliffside, it looks like, in a cave.
Always goddamn cave. It better not have snakes in it.
I've had enough of the MF snakes in this MF cave. I have had enough.
Alright, which was a worse movie? Anaconda with Jennifer Lopez or Snakes on a Plane with Samuel L. Jackson?
Sharknado.
Sharknado was pretty terrible. But they said that they made it
Intentionally be that way.
knowing it would intentionally be like horrible, yeah.
Yeah. I want to be honest, there's only one. I've only liked Samuel L. Jackson in like 2 movies.
Pulp Fiction?
That's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And the other was Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yes! That's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I watch it every year at Christmas.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my god, that movie's awesome. I love Gina Davis in that movie.
She had her run going, and then she did Pirates of the Caribbean, or not Pirates of the Caribbean. The one pirate movie she did, and that failed so horribly that she stopped making movies after that. Oh, these guys are friendlies. I think you're on your own, Christina, by the way. Or I'm on my own.
I see, yeah.
Treasure
Island.
Thank you.
Yes. Yep.
And you know, the thing was, that wasn't that bad. mean, it was hokey, but
Yeah. The Long Kiss Goodnight was just badass.
we have to talk to somebody. I think.
Yeah, we do eventually.
I think whoever we have to talk to is somebody that we just beat up, or is next to somebody we just beat up in the very beginning.
Let me go back up the intestine and see if I can.
Commander Andrews, I'm
find him.
standing next to him. I can't talk to him. Pardon my squeaking.
You know, I own the DVD and have never seen the movie. It was the last thing I rented through Netflix and never returned it and never watched it.
I don't know that I really cared for him in that movie as much. I mean, it was a big movie for Leonardo and Jamie, but I guess I also didn't mind him in like Black Snake Moan. Wasn't bad either. He was good in it.
Black Snake Moan was interesting. But it was more interesting because of Christina Ricci than it was for Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, it's because you like boobs.
No, it's not. Sorry, I know that sounded like a very quick reply, but no, that is not the reason.
I remember where we're going. I went down here. Oh wait, I should probably attack these things. Oh, you guys got them.
You go left or right.
Oh, dude is going straight. That's got my vote too.
Okay.
You're going to have to watch your pet's health because they do a lot of damage, but they can't take a lot of damage. So you'll end up summoning them in quite often. But with a tanker and a
Scrapper?
scrapper,
Scrapper.
that should be relatively safe. Speak with...
Oh, so if they... Wait a second. If they die, I die?
No. No.
Oh. Okay. I got worried for a second that I was going to have to, like, actually supervise these bastards.
No, they can't. They can't tank for you. Some pets, like the Earth pet, Rocky / Turboy, he is effectively a tank. So he can take a pounding. You know what that's like.
Thanks.
I'm talking about you beating your pet, obviously. I'm kidding. So anyhow, how did the story with the bees end when your dog stepped on the bee?
He didn't step on the bee. He stupidly ate a bee and then tried to rub the bee on me. And I stepped back and put the leash around the pole so that he couldn't get to me while he was trying to spit the bee out and rub it on something. It was his to deal with. It was his problem. So eventually he rubs the bee off on his leg, and then the bee starts stinging him on the leg. So he starts freaking out that the bee's on his leg and starts spinning in circles. So finally, I hold him down, I flick the bee off, and I start running with him. And he keeps looking back. And I'm like, motherfucker, just run. Leave the bee. Have you not learned you don't want the bee? And I had to, like, drag him to the house. Because he just couldn't, he didn't register. Just didn't register.
He's trying to keep, you protected, obviously.
Because that's what he does. Freaking dog thinks everybody's his best friend. Although I did see him growl at somebody for the very first time today.
Well, he's growled at your neighbor many times.
He barks at him through the window. But now he doesn't have that because the house is gone. There's not a house there anymore.
She tends to run hot feet when I got things tightly clustered.
I do.
Which is fine.
Oh shit. I
think bees are really kind of cool.
And I just got hit by a car. Motherfucker. Come on, guys. I'm okay. I was stuck. Couldn't get out. I almost died. I got attacked by arachnos. I left my imps behind at the mission. I don't even know. Where is the mission? Okay, look at the map. But that doesn't make any sense. The map is showing a red dot here, but okay. Well then, I guess I just needed to go inside.
Getting worked out?
No. I think it's slow problem solving.
Dude, it might be a minute.
Yeah, I do have navigation issues. Right, okay, I see you. Da, 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 da. Look at me, I found you. These always remind me of the song. I'm bringing home my baby bumblebee. Don't you remember that one? Where like the kid catches the bumblebee and it stings him, and so then they're an asshole and they smash it because that's what little kids do. They're dicks to creatures, and it's always what bees remind me of.
No, I know the one that has the vulture that's singing about the bumblebee.
There's a vulture singing about a bumblebee?
It's Looney Tunes cartoon.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Little bumblebee. Oh. My mama be so proud of me.
Yeah. I will say that's true, because I just took out a wasp nest at my house just last week. Mainly because it came up while my sister was staying at my house, and I came up, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And she's just like, oh, there's bees living here. Isn't that lovely? And I'm like, no, these are freaking paper wasps. They're angry assholes.
Oh, yeah, there's a way out of here.
Okay.
Oh yeah, your pets are gone, by the way.
No.
Okay.
I'm calling them.
I need to pick up taunt for this build. I don't know why I don't have it.
I still miss when you had like the character we were playing together when I had my stalker. When he had the like little balls and for the taunt, and every time he was taunting, like my balls are in your face. Smell my taunted balls.
And yet you feigned to be embarrassed the entire time I did that.
Yeah, but it really was hilarious. I did feel a little bit embarrassed that I laughed at it. But I mean, I'm kind of 12 on the inside, you know.
We know that that's not true.
What do you mean? Like my sense of humor?
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant anatomically.
No, I'm closer to 40.
All right. Red door. Oh, there's a way out over here.
Oh my goodness. I found another person, by the way, who thinks that our new HR person looks just like Dave Chappelle. And as soon as I was just like, you know who he kind of looks like? And she said it, and I was like, yes, oh my God, yes. I was so happy to have somebody else who knew what I was talking about. And that's
Wait, are you saying all black men look alike?
no, 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 no,
I'm,
no, no.
I'm totally
I'm
kidding.
saying
I'm totally
that this
kidding.
this this particular person looks like a very specific role that Dave Chappelle plays when he does his specific skit, and he sounds exactly like it. And yeah, yeah. I should have known Jackie would have been on my side because she's from Philly. Her and Rachel knew what was up.
Yeah, Philadelphia is cool. Unless you actually are from there or have ever been there.
I offered to go to Philadelphia with Rachel. She wanted to go to an Eagles game.
I suppose if you want to watch bad football in the murder capital, it's a good place to go.
Can't you also do that in Chicago?
Yeah. Although I think that Philadelphia's rate is actually higher based on per capita.
Per capita earnings or per capita population?
Per number of people.
Mm.
Okay. What does she got to do? Anything? She's been rescued? Oh, there must be more.
Rescue, Transmuter, and Bobcat.
You guys all right over there? Uh-oh, your pets are getting attacked over there.
Now, I can't, like, heal them because I don't have a heal, right?
Right. Alright, so we have to find a guarded cell. Oh, here's one.
Oh, no.
Attack something. Oh, goodness. Something happened over here with all of your pets.
Yeah, that's okay. Let them die. I'm over trying to keep them alive. Every time I run anywhere near stuff on stealth, they attack it. And I'm like, dude, I'm on freaking stealth. I don't need you to attack everything.
Yeah, they don't understand that.
I don't know why, but Bobcat makes me think of the slutty cat costumes at Spirit Halloween store.
You guys fighting Bobcat?
What? Gain any defenses to gain access to Subjugator 5. Subjugator.
Alright, so we have to find a way over there. Kind of has to be over here, doesn't it?
We're looking for something with defenses, right? Yeah, I see a red arrow.
Oh, here we go. Tell you what, the difference between a tank and a brute is still amazing.
Yeah. Oh, did you bring in a tank instead of a brute?
This is a tanker, yeah. I mean, I can't do any damage, but I can at least stand there. I can't do damage if I'm dead, I've discovered. It's a very good damage mitigation tool, is to kill me, and then I can't do any more damage. So, I'll probably end up doing more damage as a tanker. I should be pretty decent. I'm willpower, so I don't really have a lot of options regarding alpha strikes, but after the alpha strike, I'm usually okay.
That's right. You cannot stop it.
There's a defensive sweep that's built into Titan weapons, which is actually pretty effective.
It's really sucked to be a subjugator and have like a freaking squid on your face all the time.
Maybe it smells good. Did a dog step on your bee or what?
Oh, you're terrible. Alexa, set window AC to 68.
So, does that mean I owe you one? Is that what the 68's for?
No.
Okay. It's the whole you do me, I owe you one.
I just realized what you meant. That took a second. No, it's not. It does not mean that. Oh, don't Christina. I'm like wandering around. What are we doing next? And then I'm like, mission complete.
You know, interestingly enough, once you left the mission, that person just appeared out here in our little lineup, right here. I didn't realize that they kept track of the heroes rescued before this. Or not the heroes, the not heroes.
We got one more mission.
Okay. All right. Arrange something.
Okay.
Wait. Is it outdoors? No. It was back inside of that thing, wasn't it?
Speak with Mr. G.
Gotcha.
Wu Yin.
I am broadcasting this message to you all to put forth a bounty. Hermione Granger is currently housing Praetorian criminals. Whoever brings me Hermione Granger alive will be given $20 million. Only if alive. Be careful, she's gathered several Praetorian allies. It will be very dangerous. Extremely dangerous. But she will use them to the best of her abilities. The bounty is set. We will be watching. I feel like I should have had an Asian accent, but then I felt like that was like the equivalent of blackface for the Asian community.
I thought that
And
was
so
your. I thought that was your Asian accent.
no, no, no. It would have been like Mickey Rourke at Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh, you have to
And
speak to
we
Mr.
all
G
know that
again.
that's just inappropriate these days. I feel like I just dated myself a little bit.
You have to speak to Mr. G again.
Mr. G. Oh, that mission's complete. Boom. Now, is that everything for Mr. G? Did I no?
You tell me.
I got to kidnap a news team. I really have to pee.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will find a place where I'm not going to die.
This is good.
Yeah. Window AC. One, two. It's a white, orange, and yellow. Ooh, Christina, you're gonna die here.
No, you're fine. I can't get to the door though. Oh, there we go.
I might make it to the end of the stream today.
Well, maybe so. Wasn't there like a girl here, or did she take off?
We captured her.
Okay.
She So now we need to find the sound equipment. Which is probably woobas that I can't hear. Which is kind of annoying.
My stomach sounds like if you had like a uneven wooden table and you rolled a marble across it very slowly. It's not outrageous. I hear them. I'm pretty tired of this guy right here. Oh, what are you guys doing over here? All right. So I heard one that got disappeared.
Yeah, I got one.
I hear another one over here somewhere. Upstairs, maybe?
Oh no. That was bad. I can't get out either. Oh no, let me out. There we go.
So why do I keep hearing it over here somewhere? Is it upstairs maybe? I don't get it. Oh, I get it.
Found it?
Yeah. Same time Duder did.
Ding! Carnage. Oh, I see it. Oh no. You guys are so nice, letting me, take the whoopus. I tell you, I started watching episodes of Naruto at night with William.
You said you were thinking about it.
Yeah, we've been watching like one every other day. They're only like 20-30 minutes long. He loves it. The very first thing he said, I played a clip that was the Japanese, and then we watched an episode in the English dub, and he's like, "Mama, the other one sounds so much better," and I was like, "Yeah." So we've been watching all of it with subtitles, and he's doing perfectly fine. So I'm very pleased about that. I can't stand the voices in the dubbed version.
You've already turned him into a sub snob, is what you're saying.
Is that a snobbery thing?
Yeah.
The voices are just so much more ominous and dramatic in Japanese than they are in English.
It's like when you say to anybody, "Oh, I went and saw this movie, it's really good," and the first thing they said to you is, "I'm sure it's nowhere near as good as the book was." It's like, just gonna take away the wind, basically. Wait a minute. Do we have to lead her out, or is she? Do you talk to her, or how does this work?
We're kidnapping a news team, so I mean, I guess she's.
Oh.
There we go. I think he's going to offer to be our news person instead. All right, we got a reporter. Because she wanted to be bitchy about things, which matches her Karen haircut. So here we go.
No, Amanda Vines. What is it from? Didn't we have her on the hero side for something?
I think so. Yeah, I think she's a hero contact.
Yeah, I think like early on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one more considering it's a little one. Duder's major league slumming.
Yeah.
Veteran level 28.
So it's 50
plus 28. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for slumming with us tonight.
I think the problem matches. Wait a minute.
And I'm glad your schedule has freed up enough that you get to play.
Steal money from vault. 30 police to defeat.
30 police to defeat. So
can I just beat them at the vault? I was going to the vault. More sticky, yeah.
Where's the vault on the map?
It's the red arrow.
I don't have a red arrow on my map.
It's a $sign. If you turn around and look, you'll see it. It like spin around the map.
Oh, okay. See it. Oh, we weren't facing that direction at all.
I pulled a bunch over.
We still need to beat up 16 more police, it says.
Doing all right?
Mm-hmm. And it says we've beaten up enough police.
Then Tutor's gone to the bank.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I'm so oblivious. I'm so slow. I'm slowed. Slow.
Did I tell you what my new best name is? Oh yeah, we're ending just in time. Your eyes have gotten like 30% smaller in the last 10 minutes.
What?
I said we're ending just on time. Your eyes have gotten like, oh, they came inside. Your eyes have gotten like 30% smaller in the last 10 minutes.
Tired. I get tired sometimes. It happens.
I never told you what the name was I decided to use.
No, what was it?
Nom de plume.
Are you gonna make it a bird? Or what are they gonna do?
No.
You're gonna make
You know what nom de plume means, right?
pen name?
Right. It's the name that somebody uses in place of a different name.
Yeah, like when you publish, you don't want to be the person who's
Right.
associated
I
with
thought it was a perfect name for like a character name because the character name's not going to be the real name. Right? Perfect.
That's so much thinking.
Nobody's going to get it. Oh, you guys got these. All right, your pets will probably take it out. You can do her. I'll hold them off. Let's get out. Defeat the new Praetorian. I'm assuming the new Praetorian is coming?
I guess so. Are we gonna stream when we're visiting next week?
I don't know. Oh, the new Praetorian's outside. I don't remember this mission. Brr. Here it is. I just realized we're streaming with inside the stream here.
Oh, because of the very meta of us.
Yes. We're incepting.
Shit.
Flew a little too close to the sun.
Yeah. I had my Icarus moment for sure.
So slow. You one-shot your imps. Good timing. Alrighty. Oh yeah. Do you have enough energy to actually get back to Pocket D? Your tank is empty.
Yeah. It's because I've been fueling myself slowly in the background with 1 by 1 Thin Mints to get myself through the night. I've hit my sugar crash. Alright, we're set up for the next time.
Well, Gracie's pretty sturdy. There was never a moment where I thought, oh, it could be an over my head here.
Okay.
All right, we're going to shut it down a few minutes early. Thanks for the new attendees. I think Bokor and somebody else dropped in too. And we are usually worth a couple hours of very poor play twice a week. Tuning in tomorrow, same time, and we'll be playing just as god awfully as we did tonight. And if you want to, definitely check us out. Also, the same name on YouTube for our archive streams or VODs, I guess, or VODs. And I think that's it. Final words, Christina?
No. Have a good night, everyone. Happy Friday. Feed myself cookies to keep myself awake. I get kicked the whole freaking time. So sometimes when I'm itching, it's not always because I'm itching, because I have that like pink feeling going on the freaking inside, and it feels weird. And firm pressure sometimes. If he's going really crazy, if I do firm pressure, it'll calm down. I hope you can feel it this time. William keeps saying he can, but I don't know what if he's like manufacturing that he can because he wants to be involved or if he actually not quite the same angle, but thanks for noticing. That's always why he's asking me, where is the baby? I'm like, I had to explain to him that the top part was intestines and the bottom part was baby. Because he's just like, so the baby's all there? And I'm like, no, this is where mama's food goes. This is where the baby goes. And he's like, that's not enough space. And I'm like,
How, you got to give these things time. All right. We got 4 more months of this already.
Although it is kind of crazy how time's flying. Mm. Yeah, I felt a little too warm in the beginning and then realized how nipply I was and thought I should turn it down.